the number theory, the cryptography, and the matrices. We will do as much as we can today, and we will continue the rest next week, inshallah. Now, during this tutorial, we will talk about the number theory. What type of numbers we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about the integers, the Z. Now, integers, we're talking about the negative numbers, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So whenever we talk about number in this tutorial, we're talking about integers. So the first concept we need to know about the integers is the integers and the division. What does it mean whenever we say that we have a number A divide a number B? As you can see, the numbers A and B, both of them are in Z, with the condition that A is not equal to 0. What does it mean when I say in A divide B? Like, for example, I can say that the 3 divide the 15. What does it mean? معناها 3 تقسم ال 15. It means in I can find a number, there exists a number, in this case it is number 5, such that in the 15 over 3 is equal to 5. 3 divide 15 معناها إن لما أقسم ال 15 على 3 الناتج راح يكون رقم، والرقم هذا should be an integer. I'm talking about integers here. So I can find an integer, which is number 5 in this case, such that and then when I divide 15 over 3, the answer is equal to the 5. In this case, we say that 3 divide the 15. So this what does the division means. Now you can see the division here, the division definition here. We say that A divide B, معناها I can find the C such that this B is equal to A في C. This is similar to say إن لما ال A تقسم B معناها أنا راح أقدر ألاقي C such that إن ال B over A is equal to C. If you do cross multiplication هنا هذا معناه إن ال B is equal to A multiplied to C. This means the same. Okay? So we say that A divide the B if I can find C integer such that this B is equal to A multiply with a C. For example, we have number 3, divide the -12. ليش؟ لأنه when I divide -12 over 3, the answer is equal to 4, -4 I mean, which is again an integer, which means yes, the 3 divide the -12. Now, does the 3 divide the 7? No, this is false. ليش؟ لأنه when I divide 7 by 3, the answer will equal to what? You should have your calculator around during working with this tutorial. دائما راح نستخدم الكالكوليتر هنا. So the 7, if you divide it by 3 using your calculator, this equal to 2.333 and so on. Is this an integer? No, this is not an integer. معناها إن 3 is not dividing the 7. And we say in the 3 does not divide the 7. We write it like this. The 3 is not dividing the 7 here. Okay? So this is the division concept here. Now we have some properties regarding this division thing. If I have A, B, C, all integers طبعا كلهم في الزد. If we have in the A divide a B, will A dividing another number C? نفس ال A is dividing another number C. In this case, ال A should divide the sum of B and the C. Yeah? So here we have the 3 divide the 12. ليش ال 3 divide the 12؟ لأن لو جيت هنا this is 12 over 3, this equal to 4, which is integer, so this is correct. برضو the 3 is dividing the 9. The 3 dividing the 9 is correct لأن if I divide the 9 over 3, this equal to 3 اللي هو integer, so this is correct. So according to this معناها ال 3 تقسم ال 12 وال 3 تقسم ال 9. This means إن ال 3 لازم divide the sum of 12 and the 9 as well. The sum of 12 and 9 is 21, and yeah, this is correct. ال 3 is dividing ال 21 لأن 21 لما بقسمها على 3 the answer is 7, which is an integer, so this is correct. You got that? Are you following up? Now the second property that we have إن لو ال A divide a B, this means إن لازم ال A divide the B multiply with any other C. Okay? يعني مثلا أنا لما أقول إن ال 3 divide the 15 هذا معناه إن ال 3 divide the 15 multiply with any number يعني مثلا multiply with a 2 which is 30 صح؟ ال 3 divide the 30 لأن the 30 over 3 is equal to 10 and this is correct. So here we have this example لو كان عندي 2 divide the 6 صحيح لأن 6 over 2 is 3 then the 2 will divide 6 multiplied with 3 مثلا which is 18 and that's correct. The 2 is dividing 18 لأن ال 18 over 2 is equal to a 9. Okay? Also we have if A divide a B with same B is dividing another C. This means إن ال A divide a C. ال A قاعدة تقسم ال B وال B نفسها قاعدة تقسم C معناها لازم ال A divide the C. Here we have the example. ال 4 divide the 8 لأن ال 8 على 4 is equal to 2 وال 8 divide 64 ال 64 على 8 is equal to 8 فمعناها إن لازم ال 4 divide the 64 راح يكون عندنا jump من ال 4 إلى ال 64 and that's correct. We can say إن ال 4 divide the 64 لأن لو قسمنا 64 على ال 4 this equal to 16 which is an integer which means it is dividing it. Okay? واضح؟ Any question here? Okay. Any question? تمام. Now next we have what we call the division algorithm. بالعربي نسميها خوارزمية القسمة. What's the idea of the division algorithm? مثلا for example when you are dividing the 13 by a 2. What's the result when we are dividing the 13 by a 2? If you try to divide this with a calculator, this equal to 6 point something. صح? So the result is a 6 actually. Well, point something is what gives me the reminder. Okay, so the result when I'm dividing 13 by a 2 is a 6. If I multiply 6 by a 2, this equal to 12. والباقي راح يكون كم؟ 1. فهذه نسميها خوارزمية القسمة أو the division algorithm here. So this 6 اللي هو الناتج we call it the quotient Q. This 1 اللي هو الباقي نسميه reminder. Okay. The number that I'm dividing is what I'm calling A اللي هو dividend. وال2 اللي هي divisor I'm calling it D. تمام? So we have the division algorithm state that a dividend A الرقم الكبير اللي أنا قسمته it's equal to a divisor اللي هو D multiply with the quotient اللي هو Q plus the remainder اللي هو 1 and this is the division algorithm. How we do it? We multiply 6 with a 2 we add with 1 this will give me the 13 صح ولا لا؟ 13 6 في 2 زائد 1 so this is the division algorithm. Now for example مثلا if I have the 31 and I'm dividing it by 2 what will be the result? Use your calculator. اقسموا لي 31 على 2 كم الناتج؟ كم الناتج لو بقسم 31 على 2؟ 15.5. ال 0.5 هي الباقي. جاية من الباقي، فراح آخذ ال 15 as a result كناتج. نضرب ال 15 with the 2 يطلع عندي 30، فيبقى عندي الباقي 1. صح ولا لا؟ So I can see إن 31 اللي هي قاعدة أقسمها it's equal to 2 multiply with 15 plus the 1, and this is the division algorithm. تمام؟ الحين ال Q اللي هي ناتج القسمة نسميها div. فناتج قسمة 31 على 2 is 15. فأنا أقول إن هنا ال 31 لما أسوي لها div على 2 إيش الناتج؟ 15. وال 31 باقي قسمتها اللي هو نسميه mod in this case على 2 it's equal to 1. فالdiv اللي هي الQ الquotient اللي هي الناتج، والR هي reminder اللي هي نسميها المود in this case. Okay? So this is what we call the division algorithm. يكون في quotient، يكون في ناتج، يكون في باقي reminder اللي هو R, and one of them we call it the div, one of them we call it the mod. Now let's check this example. In this example, what is the quotient or what are the quotient and the reminder when we are dividing 101 by 11? الحين الرقمين positive فأقدر أقسمهم بشكل كذا. What's the result لما نقسم 101 على 11؟ قسموني 101 على 11. What's the result? It's 9.18. ال 0.18 هي الباقي، فراح ناخذ ال 9 actually. I'm gonna take the 9. Multiply 9 with 11. This is 99. نطرح يبقى عندي كم؟ 2. لازم الريمايندر يكون أقل من الرقم اللي احنا قاعدين نقسم من عنده, and this will happen هنا if you follow this step. So what is the 101 div 11? What is 101 div 11؟ يعني ناتج القسمة اللي هي أسميها Q هنا. ناتج القسمة لما قسمت 101 على 11 it is 9. And what is the R اللي هو 101 mod 11 اللي هو باقي القسمة لما قسمت 101 على 11 it's equal to what in this case? It's equal to 2. فهذه طبعا الواي 1 أو الطريقة رقم 1 نستخدمها لما نكون both numbers are positive. Okay, لما يكون العدد اللي قاعد أقسمه is positive number. الميثود number 2 or the way 2 you can find it in here. إن ال Q is equal to the floor of ناتج قسمة 101 على 11. أخذنا ال floor function last time. So what is the floor of 101 divided by 11? It is the floor of 9.18, 18, and so on. Huh? What is the floor of 9.18? It's equal to 9, and this will give me the quotient. الحين also أنا عندي إن ال A it's equal to D multiply with Q plus R. فلو أبغى R بجيب كل شيء الطرف الثاني. So I will get إن ال R is equal to A minus D multiply with Q. And this is what I'm going to use to find the remainder هنا. So I have إن ال R is equal to the A minus the D multiply with the Q. طبعا ال A is 101, ال D اللي قاعد أقسم عليه اللي هو 11, وال Q هو الكوشنت الناتج اللي أنا جبته هنا. So the A is 101 and the D is equal to 11 and the Q is equal to 9. So this is 101 minus 99. And again, this equal to 2. And this will give me my R. Okay? So 101 div 11 is a 9. 101 mod 11 is a 2. Okay? هذه نسميها ال way 2. الطريقة الثانية في الحل. And usually the way 2 is more common. نقدر نستخدمها whether the numbers are positive or negative. Now, You can see this in this example. What do I have? I want you to find me the quotient and the remainder when you are dividing -11 by 3. So what I'm doing here, I'm dividing -11 by 3. What is the rule? In the Q quotient is equal to the floor of -11 over 3. And that the R is equal to A minus the D multiplied with the Q. Now, what is the A? It's the 11. What is the D? It's the 3. What's the Q? We will find the Q in here. So what is the -11 over 3? It is -3.6. And what is the floor of -3.6? It is -4. So we got our Q. We got our Q اللي هي الدف. So the R is equal to the A اللي هي -11 minus the D, which is the 3, multiply with the Q, which is -4. This equal to -11 plus 12. This equal to a 1. So we got our remainder here is equal to 1. So what is -11? Div 3. It's the Q. It's equal to -4. And what is the -11 mod 3? It is the R. It's equal to 1. Is it clear? Any question? Tamam. Now we have the following example. They want you to find A and B, knowing that you have these two equations. In the 2A plus B is equal to 46 mod 7, and A plus 2B is equal to 47 div 9. I'm gonna do this in a new slide so that we can include all the details. So here are my two equations. The first equation is 2A plus B is equal to 46 mod 7, and A plus 2B is equal to 47 div 9. So you can see in the right hand of each equation mod هنا وهنا div. هنا 46 mod 7 وهنا 47 div 9. I'm gonna cut the solution into two parts. The first part I'm gonna solve this part, والsecond part I'm gonna solve this part هنا. عشان أحل الإيكويشن لازم أجيب 47 div 9. This equal to what? الdiv اللي هو الQ صح؟ This is div 9. What is this equal to? This is the floor of 47 على 9. صح ولا لا؟ Are you with me guys? معي؟ Okay. So we divide 47 by 9. This equal to 5.2. So this equal to 5.2. The floor of 5.2. إيش يعني الفلور؟ يعني the first integer that is less than or equal to 5.2, which is what? Which is 5. فال 47 div 9 is 5. فبشيل هذا وبحط مكانه 5. So my equation is A plus 2B equal to 5. تمام كده؟ كده أكون كتبت المعادلة بشكل أبسط. تمام؟ نجي للother hand side هنا. I'm gonna highlight it with blue in this case. I will need to find 46 mod 7. عشان أجيب المود أحتاج يكون عندي الديف أول صح؟ فراح أجيب الكيو اللي هي 46 div 46 div 7. 46 div 7 is the floor of 46 over 7. نجي للكالكوليتر نحط 46 على 7 and the result will be 6.57. This equal to floor 6.5, yeah, if you want to round it. And the floor of this one is what? 6. So R اللي هو المود it's equal to A minus D multiply with Q. What is my A? A اللي هي 46. What is my D? My D اللي هي 7. What's my Q? My Q is 6. So we just substitute هنا. My A is the 46. My D is the 7. And the Q, we already have it here. It's equal to 6. So this equal to 46 minus 42. This equal to 4. So my equation will be صح كده. It's a 2A plus B equal to 4. You got it now. Again, عشان أجيب المود عشان أجيب 46 mod 7 أحتاج أجيب الكيو اللي هي الديف. What is the div? The div is equal to the floor of 46 على 7. The floor of 46 على 7 is floor of 6.5 which is 6. كده صارت عندي الكيو. عشان أجيب الآر الرول إن الآر is equal to A minus D في الكيو. إيش A؟ العدد اللي قاعدة أقسمه. إيش D؟ العدد اللي قاعد يقسم. إيش الكيو؟ الناتج اللي أنا جبته فوق. Okay? So this is A minus D في الكيو which is 46 minus 7 في 6. 46 minus 42 equal to 4. تمام؟ دائما القاعدة هذه تنحفظ. كن عندنا على جنب. The Q is equal to the floor of A على D. وال R is equal A minus D في ال Q. هذه قاعدة. إيش ال A؟ العدد الكبير اللي قاعد أقسمه. إيش ال D؟ العدد اللي قاعد ينقسم. تمام؟ Using this two, I can get my Q and my R. صار عندي المود. So this will give me equation number 2. تمام؟ Now, from this and this, I'm going to call this equation number 1. I'm going to call this equation number 2. So we will have in 2A plus B equal to 4. And we will have that A plus 2B is equal to 5. هذا نسميه system of two equations. عشان أطلع قيمة ال A وال B, I have to solve the system of the two equations together. كيف نحلهم؟ بالتعويض. نعوض معادلة داخل المعادلة الثانية. Now, since this is equation number 1 and this is my equation number 2, من هنا أنا راح أطلع equation من ال 1 راح أخلي ال B بطرف وباقي الأشياء بالطرف الثاني. يعني I'm gonna write it like 4 minus 2A and here we'll have A plus 2B is equal to a 5. You get it? And I'm gonna call this equation number 1 dash and gonna call this equation number 2. فالإيكويشن الأولى equation 1 خليت البي بطرف وجبت الأشياء الباقي في الطرف الثاني عشان أرجع أعوضها في الإيكويشن 2. Then I'm gonna say I'm gonna put equation 1 dash in equation number 2. How I'm gonna do this? راح أشيل البي من هنا وأحط مكانها البي اللي هي 4 minus 2A. So we will have A plus 2 and the B is equal to 4 minus 2A and this is equal to a 5. You got that؟ معادلتين وأنا أحلهم مع بعض. كيف راح نحلهم مع بعض؟ ناخذ واحدة منهم ونعوضها في الثانية. من المعادلة الأولى البي راح أتركها بطرف وبجيب باقي الأشياء الطرف الثاني، وبعدين بشيلها وبحطها في المعادلة الثانية. مكان البي أشيل وأحط 4 minus 2a. البوينت إن أنا تكون عندي معادلة كلها بالA. So this will give me إن الA plus 8 minus 4a is equal to 5. This will give me إن minus 3a is equal 5 minus a اللي هي minus 3. Minus 8 I mean. This implies in my a is equal to a 1. تمام? So we got our a. Now use that a equal 1 in equation 1 dash. This will give you in the b is equal 4 minus 2 في a اللي هي 1. Since I got the a is equal to 1. So this will give me the b is equal 4 minus 2, it's equal to 2. And this will be the value of the b. This is my a, and this is my b, and this answers the question that asks for a and the b. تمام؟ من وين جت 3a؟ أنا جبت من هنا a وفي هنا minus 4a. لو جمعناهم مع بعض this is minus 3a. وال8 تروح الطرف الثاني as a minus 8. Minus 8 plus 5 is a minus 3. الحل ماشي كذا بعدين كذا. تمام؟ Okay. Now let's move to talk about another concept, which is the modular congruence. We talked about the division now. We know what does division mean. We have what we call the modular congruence. If we have a numbers A and B in Z طبعا, and the M now in Z plus, يعني it is a positive integer, we are gonna say that A is congruent to B modulo M if it happened in A is congruent to B modulo M under the conditions that A mod M يعني باقي قسمة A على M equal to B mod M. Give me just 1 second. I need to take this important phone call. I'm coming back. Yeah, okay, I'm back with you. I'm sorry for this. What we're talking about here, when we have two numbers, we say they are modular congruence. If it happen in A mod M, يعني باقي قسمة ال A على ال M is equal to B mod M، يعني باقي قسمة ال B على ال M. In this case, I'm gonna say they are congruent. In another word, we say that they are congruent if it happen in ال M is dividing the difference between A and B. شايفين ال M هذه؟ It's dividing the difference between the two numbers A and B. Now, for example, if I told you the 8 is congruent to 3 mod ال5, this is because in ال5 الرقم اللي داخل is dividing the difference between the 8 and the 3. ايش الفرق بين ال 8 و 3? The difference between 8 and 3 is 5. Well, 5 is dividing the 5. That's correct. So they are congruent. You get the idea? إذا كان ال 5 dividing the difference between 8 and the 3 أو إن باقي قسمة ال 8 على ال 5 نفس باقي قسمة ال 3 على ال 5, in this case we're gonna say they are congruent modulo this M. Now here we have those two examples. عندنا 17 is congruent to 5 modulo is 6. 17 congruent to 5 modulo 6 نكتبها كذا إن 17 is congruent to the 5 mod the 6. So معناها إن 6 is dividing the difference between the 17 and the 5. كم الفرق بين ال 17 وال 5? The difference between the 17 and the 5 is 15. Sorry, 12 it is, I mean. The difference between the 17 and the 5 is 12. And yes, it's correct. In the 6 is dividing the 12. ليش؟ لأن 12 over 6 is equal to 2. You got it? Are you with me? Hello? Okay. Now, the 24, is it congruent to 14 modulo the 6? How do we write this? نقول إن ال 24 is congruent to 14 mod 6. متى الكلام هذا يكون صحيح؟ لما 6 هذه is dividing الفرق بين ال 24 and the 14. لاحظوا الرقم اللي داخل يقسم الفرق بين العددين اللي برا القوس. So 6 divide the 24 minus 10 اللي هو 14 اللي هو 10. Is it true إن 6 divide the 10? 6 divide the 10. لو جيت على جنب قسمت ال 6 على 10. It's equal to what? 10 على 6 I mean. It's equal to 1.666 and so on. So actually no. The 6 is not dividing the 10. The 6 is not dividing the 10. معناها 24 is not congruent to the 14 mod the 6. Okay? فهذا معنى الcongruent. الcongruent تجي على بواقي القسمة أو تجي على إن الرقم اللي داخل يقسم الفرق ما بين العددين اللي موجودين عندنا. Now, also we have some useful congruence properties. Now, for A, B, C, D belong to Z, and M belong to Z plus. Okay. إذا كان ال A congruent to B modulo M, and the C is congruent to D modulo M, then it makes sense that if I add A مع C, this is congruent to when I add B مع D modulo the same M. Okay, فA plus C الطرف اليسار مع الطرف اليسار congruent to B plus D اليمين مع اليمين modulo the same number M. Same thing if we are multiplying هنا. If I have A plus C, this is congruent to B, D modulo the same number M. And here they are showing you an example. عندنا 7 with 2 congruent modulo 5. ليش؟ لأن ال 5 يقسم الفرق ما بين ال 7 and the 2. الفرق ما بين 7 و 2 is a 5 وال5 تقسم ال5 yeah. Also عندنا 11 is congruent to 1 modulo the 5. ليش؟ لأن ال5 تقسم الفرق ما بين 11 and 1. الفرق بين 11 و 1 is a 10 وال5 actually divide the 10. So this is correct. فكذا أنا عندي this is happening and this is happening. So according to the theorem that we have there, لازم إن لو جمعت 7 مع 11 وال2 مع 1, they will be congruent modulo 5, and this is correct. 7 and 11 is 18, 2 and 1 is 3, and they are congruent modulo 5 لأن 5 is dividing 18 minus 3 اللي هو 15. 5 is actually dividing the 15. Also, if we multiply as well, if we multiply the 7 with 11, with 2 with 1, this is 77, and the 2, they are congruent, and the 5 is dividing 77 minus 2, it's equal to 75. Okay? Any question? Is it clear so far? طيب. One application of this congruence thing is the cryptology science. The science of encrypting messages and decrypting messages is what we call the cryptology, اللي هو علم التشفير, making a secret message. Okay? One famous encryption method is the Caesar's encryption method. The Caesar's encryption method idea is moving letters 3 letters forward. Just 1 second, let me bring the yeah. I need to get you this table. So the Caesar's encryption method actually here is shifting letters forward. Okay. Here is the table. Oh. Okay. So here we go. Here is the table that we use to encrypt the messages. Now in this table, as you can see, each letter in the alphabet, I have 26 letters, عندنا 26 حرف from A to Z. تمام? For each letter that we have, we associate a number. ال A تروح مع ال 0 وال B تروح مع ال 1 وال C مع ال 2 لحد Z إلى 25. How many letters we have? We have 26 of them. If I'm starting the numbering from the 0, I will stop at 25. تمام؟ Caesar's encryption method معناها moving each letter 3 letters forward. أحرك كل letter 3 letters قدام. So مثلا the letter E, I'm gonna move it 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna move it to the H. تمام؟ letter M, for example, I'm gonna move it 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna move it to the P. By doing this, أنا أحول المسج حقتي into a secret message. مين راح يفهمها؟ الشخص الثاني اللي فاهم إن أنا محركة كل حرف 3 حروف قدام. Okay? To do this, we use this function اللي هي ال f of b equal to b plus 3 مود 26. ليش مود 26؟ لأن أنا عندي 26 letters فلازم أبقى within the 26 letters. فمثلا الزد لو بحركها 3 حروف قدام لازم أرجع مرة ثانية للA والB والC to stay within the 26 letters. So this is why we make the function as a mod 26 so that we stay within the 26 letters that we have. تمام؟ You will get this from the following example. So here we have this example. We are having this message. And we want to find the secret message from the message good morning 0. Okay? The first method, and I'm gonna convert each letter into a number. How? From the table. The G, for example, هنا is number 6. The O is 14. The O again is 14. The D is number 3. The M is 12. The O is 14, and so on. The Z in the 0 is a 25, the E is a 4, the R is a 17, the O again is a 14. So we change each letter that we have into a number using this table. تمام؟ في الإكزام يجيكم التable موجود قدامكم and you just have to get the numbers out of it. Step number 2, apply the function. What does the function do هنا؟ plus 3. ليش plus 3؟ لأني قاعد أحرك 3 حروف لقدام. So if we add a 3 to the 6, it's 9. Add a 3 to the 14, it's 17. Add a 3 to the 14, 17. To the 3, 6, 12, 15. Try now the 25. If you add a 3, what will be the answer? It's 28. طيب أنا maximum قاعدة أوصل لل 25 صح؟ ينفع أن أكتب 28؟ ما في حرف قدامه 28. So لأن I'm exceeding and I'm talking about mod 26 هنا نرجع نطرح 26 عشان نبقى within the 26 letters that we have. So if you subtract 26 from a 28, you will have 2. Again, the 25 لو جمعت عليها 3 اللي هي في الفانكشن adding a 3, this will be 28. 28 مو ضمن الجدول اللي عندي، أنا الحروف تترقم عندي من 0 إلى 25. 28 أنا طلعت برا. كيف أرجع مرة ثانية؟ أجيب باقي القسمة على 26. كيف أجيب باقي القسمة؟ by subtracting 26. أنتوا عارفين إن القسمة عملية عكسية للضرب، صح ولا لا؟ الضرب is multiple addition، أجمع أجمع أجمع. فالقسمة عملية عكسية فهي طرحة actually. So نطرح 26 عشان نجيب باقي القسمة على 26 and this will give me a 2. So actually 25 راحت إلى 2. Okay? طالما العدد within the 26 numbers نجمع 3 وننزل الناتج directly. لكن لو كان رقم برا ل 26 numbers that I have, we have to subtract 26. فمثلا ال 14 راحت ل 17 جمع 3 مباشرة، 17 تروح لل 20، ال 4 راح تروح إلى ال 7، ال 6 to the 9، ال 13 to 16، ال 8 to 11، 13 to 16، 17 to 20. كل باقي الأعداد تمشي طبيعي ما عدا ال 25 هو بيكون شوي فيها exceeding the limit. So we have to subtract 26 to find الباقي على القسمة of 26. You get the idea? So the first step, we change each letter into a digit. The second step, راح أسوي apply للfunction. الfunction هنا is plus 3. So this will give me a new numbers. الحين now convert the numbers back into letters from the table. الحين أرجع للتable مرة ثانية وأشوف ال 9 إيش اللي قدامها؟ J. ال 17 is R. The 6 is a G, and so on. So this will give me my secret message. كده أنا كتبت secret message. مين اللي فاهم السيكرت مسج هذه؟ الشخص اللي استقبلها وعارف إن أنا قاعد أحرك كل حرف 3 حروف قدام. Okay. I didn't get your question, Hassan. Instead of trying to subtract, why don't we just say, for example, Z is A, then B, C? I didn't get your question. We are doing this with numbers. And not all the time it's +3. أحيانا in the next example you will see it's +11. So it will be confusing إن تسويها mentally. You have to do it with numbers. We have to do it with numbers so that we make sure and the answer is correct. So now the receiver, the one that will receive the message, know that I'm adding 3 places forward. So when he wants to translate this back into the original message, he will apply the function f of x equal to x now minus 3 mod the 26 again. صح ولا لا؟ إذا يبغى يرجع الفانكشن للطبيعي اللي زي ما كانت، بما أن أنا جمعت 3, he need to do the opposite operation. He will apply the inverse function. So he will apply x minus 3 in this case. And this is what we call decryption. Encrypting message معناها making secret message. Decrypt the message معناها get back my original message. Now, not all the time the example is like adding 3. الحين Caesar's encryption اللي هو famous encryption that we have is adding 3. أحيانا أنا حابة أغير عشان ما حد يعرف الاستراتيجي حقتي. So you can add 11 for example. So this is an example. f of x is x plus 11. يعني كل حرف راح يتحرك 11 حرف قدام. تمام؟ We are gonna apply the same exact method. We're gonna first of all take each letter and translate the letters into numbers. Stop global warming. So S is 18, T is 19, O is 14, the P is 15, and so on. We translate all the letters into digits. Second step, we're gonna apply our function اللي هي adding 11. Okay? So I'm gonna apply my function اللي هي adding 11. Let's see what's happening here. I'm gonna count this. So add 11 now. Let's get one more space here. Add 11 to the 18. This is what? 29. 29 معناها I have to subtract 26. صح ولا لا? This is what? 3. Try for the 19. I'm gonna add 11. This equal to what? This equal to 30. You have to subtract 26. This will give you what? 4. Now the 14, add 11. This will be what? 24, 25 I mean. 25 can just go as a 25. And so on. كل واحد هنا add 11, add 11. If it is more than 26, if it's 26 and more, I mean, subtract 26 to get the answer. Okay? And this will be all the digits that we have. Last step is converting the digits into letters, as you can see here. 3 is a D, 4 is an E, 25 is a Z, the 0 is an A, and so on. So this will be my secret message. This is the decryption function. هذه الانكريبشن function. طيب إذا الشخص اللي استلم المسج هذه وحب يسوي decrypt, what will be the decryption function? Who can tell me? What function we will use to decrypt the message in this case? Minus 11, that's correct. It will be fm verse of x equal to x minus 11 mod the 26 in this case. Okay. Now let's have an example of decryption. Here, decrypt the message, and here you have the message. شايفين المسج ما نقدر نقرأها صح ولا لا؟ معناها إنها بتحتاج decrypt، معناها إنها مسج سرية. It's a secret message, so I have to decrypt it. The message was encrypted with the function f of x equal to x plus 7. So الفانكشن اللي استخدمتها عشان أسوي encryption اللي هي x plus 7. So what will be the inverse function? What will be the decryption function? It is x minus 7 in this case mod 26. So this is the function I'm going to use now. This is the function we are going to use. تمام. So the first step بيكون عندي letters. Each letter I'm going to change into a number. So those are the numbers that we have. تمام. The second step, I'm going to subtract 7. We will keep on subtracting 7. طيب, if you subtract 7 minus 11, this is 4. الحين the 4, let's see the 4. If we subtract 7 from the 4, what will be the result? The result is minus 3. أنا عندي minus 3 بالتable حقتي؟ لا. So to stay within the 26 letters, we add the 26. مو هذه عملية عكسية صح؟ هناك مثلا كنا نجمع 7 نطرح 26. هنا we add the 26. Excellent. And this will take me to the 23. So the 4 will go to 23. Try with the 0 هنا. شايفين الزيروز اللي هنا؟ الزيرو for example لو طرحت منها 7 it will go to minus 7. Unusual minus 7 unusual value ما هي موجودة عندي في التable, so I have to add the 26 and this equal to 19. So the 0 will go to 19. تمام? So we keep on subtracting 7 نطرح 7 نطرح 7 نطرح 7. إذا طلع عندي قيمة ما هي بالتable ما هي من 0 إلى 25 I mean in this case نجمع 26 لأن أنا قاعدة أسوي decryption. Okay? في الانكريبشن نطرح 26 في الديكريبشن نجمع 26. Now the last step will be converting back the digits into letters and this will be your secret message. Not secret message, I mean the original message you get from your secret message. تمام؟ Okay. Now, one example of the hashing function is the storing memory locations, the storage memory locations in a computer. If you are assuming you have a computer and in this computer you have 20 memory locations, يعني مثل ما هناك عندنا 26 letters and the hashing function قاعدة أتكلم عن memory locations. How many of them I have? I have 20 of them. They are numbered from 0 to 19. زي ما كان عندي الحروف هناك numbered from 0 to 25. Now I have the locations in the computer, the memory locations numbered from 0 to 19, and the function, the hashing function in this case will be h of x equal to x plus 5 mod the 20. تمام? So this is the function والكيس هذه راح تكون مود 20 يعني باقي القسمة على 20 زي ما هناك كان مود 26 باقي القسمة على 26 لأن عندي 26 letters. هنا راح يكون مود 20 لأن عندي 20 memory locations. So the question is find me the memory location of 57, of 32 and of 98. Of 57 معناها 57 from plus 5. 57 plus 5 is equal to 62. مود 20 معناها باقي القسمة على 20. كيف أجيب 62 مود 20؟ معناها 62 أطرح منها 20. This will be 42. Still, it's more than 20. أطرح منها 20 مرة ثانية. This is 22. وأطرح منها 20 مرة ثالثة. This is what? A 2. So باقي القسمة is what? 2. You get it? زي ما هناك كنا أطرح 26 لحد ما أوصل للقيمة within the first 26 digits. The same thing هنا. I'm gonna subtract 20 again and again and again لحد ما أوصل لقيمة أقل من 20 اللي هي 2 in this case. We are gonna do the same with the second value عندي 32 plus 5. This is 37. Now the 37 I'm gonna subtract 20. This equal to 17 less than 20. So that's it. H of 98, it's 98 plus 5. It's 103. Again, 103 بطرح منها 20 لحد ما محتاج أطرح 20 5 مرات actually. This will give me after, I'm gonna subtract the 20 5 times. It's minus 20, minus 20, minus 20, and minus 20. I'm gonna remain with just a 3 here. I'm gonna remain with a 3 if we subtract the 25 times. Okay, so the location, the memory location of the 98 is equal to 3 here. Any question? Is it clear? Tamam. We're done talking about the division algorithm. We're done talking about the congruent and the example of the congruent اللي هي encoding with decoding. Now we will talk about the prime and the greatest common divisor. كلها أشياء هذه within the number theory. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the prime and the greatest common divisor and the least common multiple. What does a prime mean? What does it mean whenever we say that we have a number that is a prime? It means it's a number that is divisible by 1 and itself only. الأعداد اللي تقبل القسمة على واحد وعلى نفسها فقط نسميها prime. The primes start from 1 and up. The 1 is not a prime. The first known primes that we have are the 2, the 3, the 5, the 7, the 11, the 13, the 17, and so on. You get it? إيش يعني برايم؟ يعني عدد أولي. إيش يعني عدد أولي؟ يعني يقبل القسمة على واحد وعلى نفسه فقط. Number 1 is not a prime. نبدأ نحسب البرايمز من 2 and up. عندنا 2 و3 وال5 وال7 وال11 وال13 وال17 وال19 and so on. كلها هذه primes. عندنا infinitely many primes. The primes are infinite. يعني عندنا millions number that are primes. ما عندي نهاية للprime numbers. But those are the first known primes that we have. The number that is not a prime, we call it composite. Composite يعني قابل للتحليل. If the number is not a prime, it is composite then. What does composite mean? معناها it can be composed into a multiplication of two integers that are greater than 1. So for example, the number 10 is composite لأن it's a multiplication of 2 and 5. Now the number 4 is composite because it's a multiplication of 2 and 2. The 12 is composite because it's the multiplication of 2 and 2 and 3. Okay? So whenever the number is a multiplication of numbers, 2 or more actually numbers that are greater than 1, in this case we say the number is composite. And it's the prime otherwise. Now, the fundamental theorem of arithmetic states the following. Any positive integer that is greater than 1, it has a unique representation either as a prime or as a product of 2 or more primes. يقول لك أي نمبر أكبر من الواحد يا إنه هو برايم يا إنه هو حاصل ضرب برايمز. يعني مثلا let's try the 21. 21 is a 3 multiplied with a 7. The 3 is a prime, with 7 is a prime. Let's try the 9. The 9 is not a prime, it's a 3 multiplied with a 3. So any number, يا إنه هو prime, يا إنه هو product of 2 or more prime. Writing the number as a product of primes is what we call the prime factorization of a number. Now here the prime factorization of the 100 is a 2 في 2 في 5 في 5. 100 is actually nothing but 2 في 2 في 5 في 5. اللي هو 2 باور 2 في 5 باور 5 باور 2 I mean. 2 وال 5 prime. So we have 2 2s and 2 5s multiplied to give me the 100. 641 is a prime, so it is just written as 641. And 999 is written as a 3 في 3 في 3 في 37, which is a 3 to the power 3 multiplied with 37. 37 is a prime. So it is a 3 times of a 3 and 137 to get the 999. And 1024, it is 2 10 times. So it is 2 to the power 10. Now, a question come to our mind يعني كيف أنا أحلل العدد عشان يكون multiplication of a prime. There should be a way. It is like this. We list the primes that we have. I have the 2, 3, 5, 7, not 8, not 9, not 10, it's 11, and 13, not 14, not 15, not 16, it is 17, and 19, and so on. Those are the primes that we have, right? Yeah? We arrange them from the least to the highest. نكتبهم من الصغير إلى الكبير. So, for example, if you want to prime factorize the 100, من شوي قال لي إن 100 is a 2 في 2 في 5 في 5. So how we did this factorization here? You write the 100, you draw a line, and you come to the first prime number that you have. أول prime number موجود عندي رقم 2. So does the 100 divisible by the 2, or is the 100 divisible by 2? Yes. 100 is divisible by 2. The result is equal to what? To 50. تمام? Is the 50 divisible by 2 again? Yeah, the 50 is divisible by 2, and the answer is 25. Is the 25 divisible by 2? No. So I have to check the next number. اللي هو إيش؟ 3. Is the 25 divisible by 3? لا. So I have to check the next, the 5. Divisible by 5? Yes. And the result is 5. 5 is divisible by 5, and the result is 1. Whenever we reach 1, خلاص we stop, and this will be my prime factorization. أخذ الأرقام اللي هنا 2, 2, 5, 5. This is my prime factorization. So the 100 is equal to 2 في 2 في 5 في 5. And we write this like this. 2 to the power 2 في 5 to the power 2. And this will be the prime factorization of the 100. تمام? Let's do one more prime factorization. Prime factorize the 24. Again, أجي للprime number that are listed هنا. أشيك أول واحد من فوق. Number 2. Divisible? Yes, divisible. the 2 تقسم ل 24 والناتج is 12. Use your calculator. 24 over 2 تقبل القسمة والناتج 12. كيف نعرف تقبل القسمة؟ يعني ما في فواصل في الجواب. إذا ما في فواصل في الجواب معناها تقبل القسمة. Okay? So the 2 divide the 24 والناتج 12. The 12 divisible by 2 and the result is 6. And the 6 divisible again by 2, the result is what? 3. الحين not anymore 2 divide. I have to check the next, which is 3 والناتج 1. Once we reach the 1, خلاص. And this is a 2 for 2 for 2 and for 3. So we say that 24 is equal to 2. We say 2 power 3 multiply with 3 power 1. Let's do one more. 36. 36 من الأشياء اللي تظهر لنا كثير. So 36 divisible by 2. And the result is what? Help me here. The 36, if we divide by 2, it's 18. Again, it's divisible by 2. ننتبه ال 18 تقبل على الثلاثة بعد، بس ما راح أجرب الثلاثة لأن still إنه يقبل على الاثنين. Yeah? result is 9. 9 not divisible by 2, it's divisible by 3 now. result is 3. Divisible by 3, result is 1. So now we are done. It is a 2 for 2 for 3 for 3. So we say that 36 is equal to 2s and 2 3s. Okay? You got that? So this is how we do a prime factorization. Now one question here, when I'm gonna know that a number is composite and when I'm gonna know that a number is prime, we have the following theorem. لو كان الرقم صغير أنا بعرف إنه هو prime أو composite، لكن لو رقم كبير أنا how I'm gonna check. So we have a theorem that help to minimize the number of trails so that we know the number is composite or prime. The theorem go as the following. If we have a number n and the number n is a composite integer, then n should have a prime divisor that is less than or equal to the n here. The number is said to be composite إذا كان عنده divisors less than prime divisors, I mean less than or equal than the root of n. But for example, the 49, if I want to check it's a prime or not, طبعا نعرف ال 49 is 7 for 7. Like if we want to check, we find the root of 49. What's the root of 49? It is 7. What are all the primes that are less than 7? It is 2, 3, 5, and 7. The 2, the 3, the 5 not divide the 49, but the 7 is dividing the 49, so the number is composite. In this case, this number is composite. The 49 is composite. Now check the 16. نجيب root 16. Root 16 is 4. We list all the primes less than 4. اللي هم 2 and 3. The 3 is not dividing the 16, لكن 2 is dividing the 16, which means in the 16 is composite. لأن قدرت ألاقي إن في واحد من الأرقمين is dividing the 16. For the 13, for example, 13 is a prime, huh? What is the root of 13? It's a 3.6. What are all the primes less than 3.6? They are 2 and 3. 2 is not dividing the 13. Well, 3 is not dividing the 13 as well, because none of them is dividing the 13. This means in the 13 is prime now. It's not composite. So those are the methods. أول شيء نجيب root of the number. Then we list all the primes less than or equal to the root of this number. Then we check if any of those primes is dividing my n. إذا في واحد منهم يقسم ال n معناها ال n is not prime, it's composite. إذا none of them is dividing my number معناها my number is a prime number in this case. Here we have this example. 100, show me that it is composite. Step 1, نجيب root of 100 اللي هي 10. Step 2, list all the primes less than or equal to 10. It is 2, 3, 5 and 7. هذا كل البرايمز اللي أقل من 10. الحين we try if any of them is dividing my number. Actually, 2 وال 5 both of them divide ال 100 صح ولا لا؟ 2 divide ال 100 وال 5 divide ال 100. If we can find one يكفيني واحد بس إنه to divide my number, I'm gonna say my number is composite. It's not a prime, it is composite number. Let's do the same with the 101 now. What's the root of 101? It is 10 point something, يعني نقدر نقول تقريبا it is 10. What are the primes less than the 10? It is 2, 3, 5 and 7. 2 ما تقسم ال 101. The 3 not dividing 101. The 5 is not dividing 101. The 7 is not dividing 101. Okay? Since none of them is dividing my number, معناها my number is a prime. ولا واحد من البرايمز اللي هي less than the root is dividing my number, which means my number is a prime number here. Any question? One more example. We have the 7,007. Now, for the 7,007, if we list all the primes that we have, and 13, 17, and 19, and so on, okay? The root of 7,007 is quite big here. So it is 83. فحتى الروot still it's a big and wide numbers. So the primes that are less than the 83 are the 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13 لحد ال 83. I cannot list all of them. There are too many. So we will start with the 2. It's not dividing. We will check the 3. It's not dividing. We will check the 5. It's not dividing. Actually, the 7 is dividing my number. So as if we are prime factorizing our number. 7 is dividing actually, yes. And the answer is 1001. 7 again is dividing, and the answer is 143. Now the 7 not anymore dividing, خلاص. So then we will try the 11. It is dividing, and the answer is 13. Then the 13 is dividing the 13, and the result is 1. So the prime factorization of the number is 7, 7, 11, and 13. So my number is composite. So the 7,007, we can say it is a 2 sevens, multiply with 11, multiply with 13. So my number is composite here. And this is the prime factorization of this number that we have. تمام? The next thing we're going to talk about is the greatest common divisor and the least common multiple. The idea of the greatest common divisor is the finding the GCD between two numbers A and B, we say, is the finding the divisor that is common and that is the greatest between two numbers. So if we have two numbers like 24 and 36, we list all the divisors, كل القواسم of 24 and the 36. إيش الديفايزرز حق 24? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 6 and 8 and 12 and 24. كلها هذه divisors of 24. كلها تقسم 24. What are the divisors of 36? It's a 1 and a 2 and a 3. 4 and 6, 9 and 12, 18 and 36. The common divisors, you can see them in red. And what is the greatest common divisor? أكبر قاسم مشترك ما بينهم is 12. So we say that the GCD between the two numbers is equal to a 12 in here. Now, we have another technique to find the GCD between two numbers, and actually this is what we're gonna use. If we want to find the GCD between 24 and the 36, we are gonna prime factorize the two numbers. Now, list the primes: 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, and so on. Okay, and use it to prime factorize the 24. The 24 is divisible by 2, and the result is 12. Divisible by 2, the result is 6. Divisible by 2, 3, 3, and 1. So we can say that the 24 is 2 power 3 multiplied with 3 power 1. صح ولا لا? We're gonna do the same for the 36. The 36 divisible by a 2, the result is 18. Divisible by 2, 9. Divisible by 3, 3 by 3, and 1. So the 36 is 2, 2, 3, and 2. We write the 2 prime factorization in a way 2 قدامها 2 وال 3 قدامها 3. نسميها balanced way. نكتبها بشكل balance. 2 قدامها 2 وال 3 قدامها 3. In this case, the GCD between the two numbers, the greatest common divisor between the 24 and the 36, is equal to 2 to the minimum power of the two powers that we have. اللي هي minimum of 3 and 2. Multiply with 3 to the minimum power of the powers of 3. اللي هي 1 and 2. So minimum of 3 and 2 is what? It is 2. And minimum of 1 and 2 is a 1. So this will give me 4 multiplied with 3. This is equal to 12. So the GCD is equal to 12. If we want to find the LCM between the two numbers 24 and 36, نفس الشيء لازم العددين مكتوبين بشكل balance 2 2 3 3. Now it is a 2 to maximum power now of 3 and 2, and multiply with the 3 to maximum of the power of 3 اللي هي 1 and 2. Maximum الباور هنا راح تكون 2 power 3. Maximum power it is 3 power 2. And this is 8 multiplied with 9. This is equal to 72. إيش ال LCM? It is multiple, that is common, that is least. هذا ال LCM. إيش ال GCD? Divisor, common, greatest common divisor. The LCM is the least common multiple between the two numbers. Okay, so here you have this example. Let's do it together. Find me the GCD between the 24 and the 180 here. Find me the GCD and the LCM as well. We're gonna find it. So to find the GCD and the LCM, we need to prime factorize the 24 and prime factorize the 108. So we list the primes: 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, and so on. لازم يكونون قدام. We prime factorize the 24. We did it. It is 2 and 12. It is 2 and 6. It's a 2 and 3, 3 and 1. So this is a 2 power 3 multiply with a 3 power 1. 180 now, it's divisible by 2. The result is 90. Divisible by 2, the result is 45. Now the 45 is not divisible by 2, so I'm going to try the 3. and it is divisible by 3, and the result is 15. Divisible by 3, the result is 5. Divisible by 5, and the result is 1. So it is 2, 2, 3, 3, and 5. So this is 2 power 2. تحت ال 3 راح يكون 3 باور 2 وهنا بيكون عندي 5 باور 1. نحطها في 1 box. note إن عندي 2 هنا في 2 و3 3 وهنا في 5 هنا ما في 5. so عشان أكمل البالانس راح أحط 5 باور 0. 5 باور 0 is 1. يعني كأني ضربت في 1 يعني as if I did nothing. why I did this عشان to keep balance. عندي 5 5 2 2 3 3 and 5 5 هنا. Now what will be the GCD between the two numbers? Sorry. It's the GCD between 24 and 180. It is 2 to the minimum power of the 2. What is the minimum power of the 2? It is 2 2. Multiply with 3, minimum power of 3 is a 3 1. 5, minimum power of 5 is 5 0. So this equal to 4. 3 1 is a 3. 5 0 is a 1. So this equal to a 12. So the answer is a 12. If I want to find the LCM between the two numbers, what I'm gonna do here? ليش 60? لا. It is 4 multiplied with 3. If I want to find the LCM between the two numbers, what I'm gonna do? راح آخذ maximum power لل 2, maximum power لل 3, maximum power of the 5. So maximum power of the 2 is a 2 3. Maximum power of the 3 is a 3 2. Of the 5, it's 5 1. So this is 8 multiply with a 9 multiply with a 5. So 8 multiply with a 9 multiply with a 5, it's equal to 360. And this will be the LCM. You got it? So whenever, we have this example, 360 and 3,500. This way is useful لما يكون عندي bigger number. We prime factorize the numbers, write it in a balanced way, and then we find the minimum power for the GCD, maximum for the LCM. Now, the 360 here, it's equal 2 power 3 في 3 power 2 في 5 power 1. And the 3,500, it is 2 power 2. ما في 3, I'm gonna keep it empty. I have 5 power 3 and I have 7 power 1. Okay? عشان أخلي balance المكان اللي فيه 3 ما في 3 تركته فاضي. So what does it mean? معناها هنا كان في 3 0 وهنا مكان ال 7 راح يكون 7 0. كذا صار عندي 2 3 5 7. فمينيمم الباور is a 2 2. minimum power of 3 is a 3 0 اللي هي 1. minimum power of the 5 is 5 1. minimum power of the 7 is 7 0, which is 1. Okay, so the answer is 20. Now two numbers, whenever two numbers have a GCD equal to 1, we're gonna say that they are relatively prime. Two numbers are said to be relatively prime if the GCD between them is equal to 1. Now, for example, the 17 here, the 17 is a prime, so it is just a 17. The 22 is equal to 2 multiplied with 11, yeah? فإيش الcommon divisor ما بينهم؟ واحد. هذا 2 في 11 وهذا 17. فإيش الcommon between them? It's just 1. So the GCD between the two numbers is equal to 1. So we say they are relatively prime. It doesn't mean إن they are prime. مو ضروري إنهم يكونون prime the two numbers. لكن they are relatively prime. معناها القاسم المشترك ما بينهم is just the one. تمام؟ Here the least common multiple, already we did that. The least common multiple معناها المultiple that is common and that's the least between the two numbers. فمثلا ال LCM between the 6 and the 10, the 6 is written as a 2 power 1 في ال 3 power 1 and the 10 is written as a 2 power 1 multiplied with 5 power 1. تمام؟ صح ولا لا؟ ال 10 is 2 بال5 وال 6 is 2 ب3. إذا برتبهم بحط 2 2 بترك فاضي هنا. This means this is a 3 0 and this means here I have a 5 0. فال LCM is the maximum power. So if I want the LCM between the 6 and the 10, it's the maximum power of the 2 اللي هي 2 1, maximum power of a 3 3 1, maximum power of the 5 5 1, and this equal to a 30. For LCM between 6 and 10 is equal to a 30 here. Already we did this example. اللي هو LCM between 24 and 180 is equal to 360 here. Does anybody have any question? Now we are done for today. We keep the rest of the slide for next time, inshallah. Does anybody have any question? Now this part of finding the prime factorization, finding the GCD, finding the LCM is very important for the midterm. تمام؟ So ركزوا لي كويس عليه. I'm gonna stop the recording now.